Welcome back to another episode of Juju Stroll. Today we're talking about full potential Yuji versus full potential Yuta. Who wins? And shout out to Deadly for asking me about this today. And for anyone unfamiliar with what I mean by full potential, this is actually a series of videos I put out where I talked about what the maximum power level of some of these characters might be, like looking 10 years into the future. So check out those videos if you want the full lowdown. But to put it succinctly, I think both of them are gods at their full potential. So who would win between them? And what Deadly said in particular is that he thinks he would give the edge to Yuji because he is the man chosen by the Black Sparks. And I apologize if that wind is coming through the mic, it probably is. But yeah, Black Flash Merchant can seemingly do them whenever he wants. And that's where I'm going to push back a little bit, because yes, Yuji is the king of Black Flash, the Baron of Black Flash, as I've said before. But that does not mean he can do them at will. And there is a pretty important distinction there, right? Yes, he can do them more than anyone else. And here comes a car. But again, that doesn't mean he can just lock in and do 50 in a row if he wants. I like to compare it to an athlete, like entering the flow state, which is even a comparison they make in the manga when discussing Black Flash. And let's take Steph Curry, for example, right? The greatest three-point shooter of all time. Can he make a three-pointer whenever he wants? No, because there's factors outside of his control that are going to influence whether or not that shot goes in. So similarly, I think there are factors outside of a sorcerer's control that influence Black Flash. Obviously, a lot of it is in their hands, just like a Steph Curry shot is. But nonetheless, there are some factors that cannot be controlled, right? Which means no matter how good you are, you can't ever just do it straight up at will. So that's not to say that Yuji won't be hitting Black Flashes on Yuta. He probably would if we're going to assume they're going all out on each other. But it's just not something that he can willingly do like with every strike if he wants, right? So with that being said, I again think both of them are gods, but I got to give the edge to Yuta, because at least if we're going based on my full potential versions, he literally has no limit considering what he's capable of with copy and a fully activated Rika where he has boundless cursed energy, right? So really, I think it comes down to, can Yuji survive the 5-minute window of Rika's full activation? If he can, then he can probably win after that. But, push come to shove, if we're assuming they're both bloodlusted, I think Yuta gets it done in those 5 minutes.